Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey. We walked into our local liquor store, High Spirits. It's a couple miles from our house. And my wife picked up this bottle and she is going to tell you what it is and why we are going to talk about it today. Rebecca, what is special about this baby here?
So let me tell you a little bit about it and why I was excited. This is the Bernheim Barrel Proof A225. It is a Kentucky straight wheat whiskey distilled at Bernheim Distillery, which is part of Heaven Hill. Its mash bill is 51% wheat, 37% corn, and 12% malted barley. It was aged between 7 and 9 years old. Its proof is a lovely 125.4. The MSRP is $67 and it was released in March of 2025. We purchased this on April 19th for $89.99 at High Spirits Liquor Store in Evansville, Indiana. Over the last 6 to 8 months, we've become to really enjoy wheat whiskey. We've always enjoyed a wheated bourbon, and I have to say it was probably Penelope that got us really, their estate got us really thinking, wow, wheat whiskey's pretty interesting, and even caused us to go back and find a bottle of this that I had Bottle Your Own back on the trail originally, and we did that on one of our Bourbon Trail Tales and Taste episodes, that we had never opened it. But for some reason, because of that, we started buying the Bernheim, and now it's becoming a quest for us. As you know, Heaven Hill likes to release things 3 times a year. We've only got one from last year and then this one from this year. So we're hoping to maybe get all 3 this year. That would be pretty fun.
You know, I'm really surprised that Heaven Hill hasn't tried to buy the Jackson 5 version of ABC, because that's really kind of their lane with, you know, with Elijah Craig and with, what's the other? Larceny. You know, and so anyway, that I've said my silly joke and hopefully got a little bit of a laugh. Let's go ahead and dig into the Bernheim here. Should we try to look at the legs here?
Well, let's check it out because it's got a nice, it's kind of a dark color for a wheat whiskey. It's looking against my palm here because the light does change the color quite a bit, but it's medium. It's kind of a medium mahogany, really. Medium. It's kind of nice. Maybe a medium amber because it's not quite reddish, but it's pretty nice.
It's a medium something.
It's already got legs and it's got beads forming, and I'm already getting some legs on my glass here. I can see it on the table.
The irony for me is it's almost forming a heart shape, which I find interesting.
That's cool. Let's check out the nose. I love this. I love the nose typically of a wheat whiskey. Oh yeah. It's got a lot of proof, so you can't go too deep on it.
Well, you know, it is a wheater. It's got the wheat is right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of sweetness on the nose. If you're someone that would like a sweeter expression, you should try a wheat whiskey. I mean, try wheated bourbons, but if that still isn't quite, if you're new to the bourbon journey, so to speak, maybe try a wheat whiskey because they're very sweet. I mean, that wheat, it's almost confectionery sugar, isn't it?
I would agree, but boy, you get into it.
You don't want to go too far because it's 125.4 proof.
Oh, I'm
gotta be careful.
I'm getting alcohol.
Which is why I go a little sideways. He goes deep in because he can't do it side to side. But
I have one schnoz that doesn't work right.
Confectionery sugar is what's coming forward for me.
I would agree.
It's really, it makes you want to taste it. So I'm really wanting to taste it.
I'm almost getting a cocoa.
Can we taste it? He's not gonna let me taste it.
Yeah.
The Bernheim A225.
A225.
Almost your birthday.
True. Connor O'Driscoll, you devil you.
I don't care what the proof is. That is drinking like a dessert. It's kind of nice. I thought the proof was harder on the nose than it is on the palate.
I'm glad you think that.
You think it's hot?
But this is.
It's warm.
It's good. Ironically, the thing I'm getting on the front of the palate is dark chocolate.
I'm getting pastry notes. Sometimes it's a Danish, but this one's more dessertish. It's almost creme brulee because it's got heavy, soft, creamy vanilla notes for me, and that you can almost get that like it's been the burnt sugar that's on top of a creme brulee, that dark sugar flavor. What was really sweet and confectionery on the nose is coming through as dark, almost burnt sugar on the palate. What?
Goodie for you. I'm getting confectionery sugar and chocolate.
I wish
and
I'm not
really
getting the
not,
chocolate. I'm kind of bummed.
I mean, it might be just me, but boy, I was not expecting that. Again, chocolate and confectionery sugar. It's just really crazy.
Is it a milk chocolate for you or a dark chocolate?
Milk.
Yeah, because I just got a hint of it. It was like a hint of milk chocolate, and I'm kind of digging it. And it, as far as spice goes, it's got this light, almost popping white pepper. Mm-hmm. It's not there all the time, but every now and then you go white pepper, just pinging you here and there. And I like it. I've read a couple reviews about this because we just found the bottle that some folks think it doesn't quite live up to some other wheat whiskeys that are out on the market, and that they need more practice with it. But I mean, do I think it lives up to the Penelope Estate at this point? Probably not, but the Penelope Estate was twice the cost of this. Mm. You know, and it was also older. Mm. So, you know, for the price, this is a darn good wheat whiskey.
I'm really not trying to compare it to anybody else.
I wasn't either. That's what I didn't go in for that, but I was just in my head. I looked over and Penelope's right behind us, so it made me think of it.
I'm just sitting there on it, and I'm thinking about it, and I know it's a wheat whiskey, and I'm really digging it. It is very enjoyable.
We only have 2 wheat whiskeys, this one and Penelope.
Okay.
And we have wheated bourbons, which we really enjoy. But we only have 2 full wheat whiskeys. So, and I'm looking forward to hopefully getting to taste the Maker's Mark wheat whiskey that was released this year.
Yes.
Because that's going to be really interesting. Because right now there's 2 players in the market. It's Penelope and it's Bernheim. And we're really hopeful, fingers crossed, that we will be able to find a bottle of the Maker's Mark wheat whiskey. Because they're the wheated bourbon kings, right? And I would love to taste their wheat whiskey. So, but back to Bernheim, I think it's really nice. I appreciate the proof on this. It's got some barrel notes coming through, and I like a higher proof thing anyway, and this one is kind of singing to me a little bit.
I'm digging the 2 lanes I'm getting, and that is, like I said, the chocolate and the confectionery sugar.
So you wouldn't think maybe creme brulee out of that? With the confectionery sugar and the...
My mind never goes to creme brulee.
You probably didn't order it in the restaurant. That was my favorite dessert when I used to order dessert.
I'm like a chocolate coconut pie type guy. But
like in a fancy restaurant where they really do a creme brulee grade, it comes out and it's got this beautiful custard and the sugar is browned on top. And you take it, the best part of it is when you hear it, your spoon goes through the burnt sugar and it goes crack. You hear that crack. And then you taste this it's the juxtaposition of the creamy custard with the burnt sugar that is popping in your mouth because it's hard. And it's just an amazing experience. I can usually only eat a couple bites of it because it's so rich, but this is reminding me of that. Yay for me, right?
Yes, because when I get to that point in the dinner and they say, would you like a dessert? I'm usually, check please.
Why? I can't remember the last time I ordered dessert at dinner. I just don't do it very much, but I will always have fond memories of creme brulee. Anyway, back to this.
Yeah.
What are you getting on the finish of this? It's long. It's got a long finish.
Very good.
I'm thinking the sweetness is carrying through. I'm getting some nice oak notes on this because you can tell it's got that little bit of 7 to 9 year age going on. But the oak notes are sweet for me. So I'm not getting any leather or anything like that or tobacco. But it has some sweet oak notes, which are nice. I'm getting some white pepper for sure on the finish. That's what's popping for me.
I am getting hot cinnamon.
Hmm.
And it hits hot and then it slowly lets up and it goes down. It's very, very pleasant.
And it's long.
Yes.
It lasts. The whole time he's talking, I already jabbered for a while, and while he's talking, it's still there. So I admit it, I jabbered a long time.
She talks more than I do, ladies and gentlemen.
Not typically.
No.
Maybe one about bourbon. That's about the only time I talk more.
Well, I don't want to have to edit a lot of things, or actually her have to edit a lot of things. But this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go over this one more time.
And, you know, I don't know if you normally pick up the Bernheim releases. They're out 3 times a year or not. Put that in the comment and let us know. I'm curious if you're a Bernheim lover or if you're a wheat whiskey lover in general. And if so, what do you really gravitate toward? Or if you've not tried a wheat whiskey, would you be willing to try this? I'm curious. So we tried wheat whiskey by accident because, as we told you before, I had done a bottle your own experience at Heaven Hill, and I ended up bottling a Bernheim several years ago. And then when we bought the Penelope estate, I didn't realize it was a wheat whiskey until we got home and started digging into it and finding out what it was all about. So we never intentionally went out to find a wheat whiskey, but we've enjoyed the 2 we have, the 2 brands we have. So I'm looking forward, as I said before, to adding a 3rd brand to a wheat whiskey.
Yeah. And we haven't done a matchup yet, and we just haven't felt like doing it because I think they stand alone.
They're very
on
different.
Their own, and they're very good.
Yeah, but I'm hoping to get the makers. But this is great. I'm just saying what I like. I like this. I love the proof point of it. I like the fact that it's got the wheat notes, which for me is the confectionery sugar and things like that. It's got a nice long finish. It has a great viscosity. So for me, it's a win-win for a bottle. You know, it's supposed to be $67. We paid a little more for it in Indiana. We paid almost $90 for it in Indiana. But I think it's worthwhile for an older, if it's 9 years old, that's $90 basically on the basic scale. And it's interesting, and it's got a good proof point. So for the price and the age and the proof point, I think they all meld together well. I would say I think it's an even value. I don't think it's a great value, but it's an even value.
Mm-hmm. It's a good change of pace.
Yeah, it is. Wheat whiskey's a nice change of pace. We love our bourbon, and we like rye a lot too, but this is a nice change of pace.
Yeah. Well, Connor O'Driscoll, you devil you. You the king of the neck pour. Cheers to you, and thank you for going ahead and releasing such a quality product. We really like this wheat whiskey. Mm-hmm. If you like what we do, hit the subscribe, and always remember to drink responsibly. Cheers.
Cheers.